We good? Alright. So our next question is, does Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors affect his legacy? My opinion is Kevin Durant joining the Warriors has affected his legacy in a negative way because he is looked at as a coward. His numbers have gone down and he can no longer be in MVP discussions. Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors has made him look like a coward. Kevin Durant being viewed as a coward affects his all-time ranking with those who are the greatest of all time. He looks like a coward because he left Oklahoma City Thunder team consisting of all-star Russell Westbrook and other solid role players to join a stacked Warriors team that was arguably the greatest of all time. And to add insult to injury, Kevin Durant and the Thunder were up 3-1 against the Warriors in the playoffs in just a few months before they ended up blowing their just a few months before they blew their series lead. Also, I have a quote from the Western Courier, which is kind of like a journalist thing. That is, our second player in the NBA is trashing his former head coach and teammates online to try to defend his cowardly actions, and that was in response to Kevin Durant trashing his old team. And basically, this journalist paper is kind of like calling his action going to Golden State a cowardly action, which would affect his all-time standing.
Okay, so I believe Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors affected his legacy in a positive way, because once he joined the Golden State Warriors, he has 3 rings. So, or is it 3, right? 3 rings, and two rings, and about to be 3. And once he joined the Golden State Warriors, he had more options than Russell Westbrook to obviously Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, everybody on that team is a prolific scorer, and he joining the Golden State Warriors, he got more chances to sort of make himself look more like a team player. Because when he was on the Thunder, he was like the main scorer and the main person taking all the shots, and he looked like a ball hog and a selfish coward who nobody really liked at the time. But once he joined the Golden State Warriors, he moves the ball more, and he looks more like he's a better basketball player after he joined the Golden State Warriors.
Okay, so you bring up rings. I believe that Kevin Durant's legacy isn't empowered by his championships because him winning those rings don't mean much. Also, no one knows what people will view in hindsight in 20 years, but with factors such as the internet and how big his move to the Warriors was, one would be able to guess that when we look back at the context of the situation, Kevin Durant, no one's going to take those championships seriously. He joined a 73-9 team, again, arguably the greatest team of all time. They were obviously contenders for the next few years. They were probably going to win 2 without him. So, I mean, do those championships really mean much if he didn't really have much to do with them winning?
Okay, yeah, you brought up 20 years later. So if we fast forward 20 years and we look at the decision that Kevin Durant made to go to the Golden State Warriors, I sort of see it as like when Shaq went from the Magic to the Lakers, he decided to go there. He got a lot of backlash for going to the Lakers because they already had Derek Fisher and Kobe, and they were just a stacked team, and they were going to win the championship without Shaq. And then Shaquille O'Neal comes to the Lakers, and then they win like 3 more in a row, and it was just unfair for the rest of the league. Yes, it is unfair for the rest of the league with the Warriors having as stacked of a team as they have now, but I feel like it's just as severe. And when we look at the decision he made 20 years from now, we're gonna not see it as big of a deal as we did when it happened.
Okay, so you brought up Shaq and the Lakers. First of all, I just want to clarify that when Shaq went there, Kobe was like 10 days drafted, or actually he went in the same summer that Kobe was drafted, so Kobe was not established at all. He was a 17-year-old high school.
Yeah, but he was seen as he was going to be. They won the championship the year after.
They didn't win the championship.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't.
98, they won the championship.
It was 97.
I'll check.
97, and they didn't.
Then
win
2 years later, they won the championship.
More like 4, but.
No, it was 2. All right, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, and people like Derek Fisher weren't viewed like Stephen Curry. People put Stephen Curry as like top 5 greatest point guards of all time, greatest shooter of all time. Derek Fisher is nowhere near there. He's probably not even top 20 greatest point guards of the 1990s. So.
Hey, come on.
So
Top 10. When you say Derek Fisher wasn't one of the top 20 point guards in the 1990s, I believe that he was like one of the top 10, and he was viewed as he was an all-star caliber player, and the Lakers had when Shaq joined, they had 2 all-stars already, and then Kobe Bryant in his younger years turned out to be one of the greatest players of all time. So progressing, people knew it was going to be. They were going to be overpowered.
Okay, let's move on from the Lakers because it has nothing to do with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it does.
So, Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. So another reason like this affects his all-time standing is Kevin Durant going to the Warriors has caused him to remain out of MVP discussions, which, as we know, kind of determines MVPs is a huge factor in like all-time standing list. So due to the fact that he's not able to be in MVP contention, his legacy is hindered, because most all-time greats have multiple MVP awards. Right now, KD has 1 MVP award, and he got it with the Thunder. So Kevin Durant, the reason he can't really be in MVP discussion is he joined 2-time MVP Stephen Curry, and it's kind of in a great team. It's kind of hard to trace his value and him being the most valuable player when he plays in a team with all these great players. So
yeah, I don't think it takes away from his like how good he is though. I feel he can still be an MVP caliber player even on the Golden State Warriors. When KD joined the Warriors, you know Stephen Curry's stats dropped a lot. Like he went from 30 points a game to like 22 that year that they joined, and Kevin Durant was sort of taking most of the shots and he was just balling out like he's Kevin Durant on the Thunder. But then the next year came and he sort of realized that he became more of a team player. So when people look at Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors, they need to see that he didn't just join to get rings. He joined to like be part of a better team. He didn't like the Thunder, and he wanted to leave. And the Golden State Warriors was a perfect opportunity for him to go.
okay, so Kevin Durant joined the Warriors. I'm glad you brought up stats about like Curry dropping stats and stuff. When Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, his stats went down, which, you know, when we're looking at all-time greats.
How much did it drop?
From 1 point. It dropped from 20 to 24. So anyway, that's still it's a pretty decent drop in points. But anyway, it's not the only stat that dropped. There's a few other statistics that dropped for him. He may be more efficient, but still his stats dropped. And we're looking at all-time greats, especially someone who's known as a scorer like KD. We look at their scoring numbers, and averaging 25, 24 points per game, that's not all-time great scoring, which is what KD is known for. So that kind of hinders his legacy because we can't say he's one of the greatest. We can't say he's one of the greatest because he's such an amazing scorer if he's not averaging those freakishly good numbers he averaged on OKC.
So when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, he got the opportunity to go to the finals 2 times, and he won the finals MVP 2 times. Finals MVP is one of the biggest things, one of the greatest achievements that an NBA player can get. And it's definitely not as good as an actual MVP, like a regular season MVP. But without joining the Warriors, he wouldn't have been able to go to the finals and get those 2, maybe even 3, if he's back for the finals. Finals MVPs that he has already.
Okay, so first of all, we don't know if he's gonna win it this year.
I'm
so
saying
like,
if he does.
Okay, and also, Andre Iguodala won Finals MVP back in 2015, and we don't think of him as one of the greatest of all time, right? So.
Yeah,
I mean,
he had one of the best finals performances of all time.
No. Okay, it's a separate argument, but okay.
Coming up with alright, never mind.
That's really alright. that's really my argument for this. I think. Do you have any more claims to make?
Nothing new.
Okay.
Wow.